Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sunrise, Florida, and we have another great edition of Monday Night Raw. As here comes Christian Cage making his way down to the ring. He will be taking on Jey Uso next week at Fastlane for that European Championship. We have not seen Jey Uso since that assault. So, question is Jey Uso going to be even 100% walking into that very match? Christian Cage, we haven't heard from him really since that, but tonight he's kicking off Monday Night Raw to, I would assume, to talk about that European Championship, or even maybe disrespect Jey Uso. You never know what may be on the mind of Christian. Ever since WrestleMania, or I should say it starting at WrestleMania, he took out Edge, ending the WWE career of Edge. And then ultimately, he was trying to find that next big thing, would lose to Randy Orton, who was the tag team partner of Edge, rated RKO, and certainly trying to keep that momentum he had from WrestleMania. And, maybe winning that European champion may be the thing that Christian Cage needs. Certainly one talented, underrated Hall of Famer for sure, I would say. But let's go ahead and see what Christian has to say to all lucky peeps. When I drove down here to Florida, I thought it was going to be a nice, peaceful place, but from the smell of you idiots and everything, it smells like utter crap. Literally, from cows, utter crap. Canada smells a lot better and even looks a lot better, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Hurry up and get your stuff over with and get the hell out of this crappy city and even state. The funny thing though, this city and state reminds me of is your European champion, Jey Uso. A man that is overrated as hell, a man that thinks he's a single superstar. He hasn't done crap. Yes, he's going to be a Hall of Famer when it comes to the tag team division, and that is something I'm going to know of when I become a WWE Hall of Famer, whenever that may be. But certainly I can tell you, Jey Uso is not a singles competitor, and I'm going to show you that live at Fastlane. And also, I'm going to take that European Championship away from you, and Jey Uso, he's going to have to try and find a tag team partner of sorts, because he does not know anything about singles wrestling. And yeah, he may have picked up a couple wins, but he has not beaten me one-on-one. And after I beat him down a couple weeks ago, he hasn't been the same. So Jey, if you're hearing this, make sure you hold that European Championship a little bit closer tonight. Because next week at Fastlane is going to be the very last time you ever hold that European Championship, especially here on Monday Night Raw. And you know what? Maybe I'll beat you so bad I'll send you back to the island of irrelevancy, just like your quote-unquote tribal chief Roman Reigns is dealing with there on SmackDown. Jey, I'll see you next week. Oh, big words there from Jey Uso, and wait a minute, Jey Uso, he's here, I haven't seen him all day. He's here, and he's whooping a can of whoop ass on Christian, bringing the fight. We're gonna see these two live for the European Championship, and look at Jey Uso, he is pissed off, he is looking to beat some respect into Christian Cage, saying that he is not a credible champion, that he's not a singles champion, he's not a singles competitor, that he's going to send him back to the island of relevancy, that what Roman Reigns is dealing with there on SmackDown. Look at Jey bringing the fight to Christian here. Certainly not what Christian was expecting live here on Monday Night Raw to kick us off here, but Christian laid out by Jey Uso. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in Sunrise, Florida. Some very not so kind words coming from Christian Cage just moments ago regarding all these kind fans here in Florida and everyone watching in attendance, but certainly that's to be expected with Christian Cage, and Christian wasn't even expecting Jey Uso to be here. I haven't seen him all day. Must be, hiding out in the parking lot and coming through the crowd is what must have happened. But tonight, we now shift gears to some six-man tag team action. Last week here we had Finn Balor and AJ Styles. Finn Balor getting the upper hand, defeating AJ Styles in the middle of the ring. And Finn Balor said, "Hey, you know what? Hey, don't leave the ring just yet." He told AJ to come back in. He wanted to talk to him about, "Hey, how about you join the Judgment Day? Come in the middle of this ring, join the Judgment Day, disband the OC, and we can take over Monday Night Raw even more." And AJ said, "Heck no. Gallows and Anderson are my ride or die. They're my brothers. I'm going to stick up for them till the very end." And Finn Balor did not like that answer, hit him with a clubbing blow over his head, busting him wide open. And Finn Balor would just lay out AJ Styles. And we don't know how even close AJ Styles is going to be to 100% after being taken out like he was last week here live on Monday Night Raw. But he's going to have to do it quickly, because right now Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio are looking for even more blood. Priest was Intercontinental Champion. He won that Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, losing it recently to Bronson Reed. Dominic Mysterio, ever since joining the Judgment Day, hasn't really had his breakout moments, but I think for the Judgment Day, I think they're taking him under their wing and kind of having him learn from experience, and then when the time is right, they will unleash Dominic Mysterio. That's at least my personal get from the Judgment Day, because certainly, you know, you have a lot of big name talent in this group, and certainly and you've got the likes of a very experienced Finn Balor. He has accomplished a lot here in Universe Mode. Damian Priest is starting to find his groove as well. So we're going to see what the Judgment Day, what they're going to be setting their sights on besides the OC and trying to get AJ Styles a part of that group. Alright, here we go. Carl Anderson, Finn Balor going to kick us off in this big-time six-man tag. Can Styles and company send a message to the Judgment Day that they're not going to be pushovers, they're not going to be disrespected? We're about to find out live here on Monday Night Raw. It's Balor. Oh, goodness, what a clubbing blow. Kind of reminds me of what happened last week with that kind of busted open AJ Styles. Now we got Damian Priest, Carl Anderson looking to go to work here. Big haymaker from Carl, but look at Damian Priest. He realizes he's in a bad situation here. He needs to get himself out of this very quickly, especially being in the enemy corner. Look at Priest with a cheap shot to both men here, trying to send a message, and especially to AJ Styles saying, "Hey, guess what? This is what you're missing out on." And now Anderson, oh, look at the strength and power, making that look actually pretty easy. Damian Priest, one of the taller superstars that we have here in WWE, and for Anderson just to pick him up like that is absolutely impressive. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have massive matches in store for you guys, including the women's qualifying matches for the Intercontinental Championship. Tonight, you're going to be seeing the likes of Becky Lynch and even Asuka in separate women's triple threat matches, and I will pull up. I know it's been put online through our social media accounts about the triple threat matches, but in that triple threat matchup, it will be Becky Lynch taking on Io Sky, taking on Chelsea Green in a triple threat matchup. In the other one that we mentioned, Asuka will be in that one, taking on Ronda Rousey, one half of the women's tag team champions, as well as Michin. So a little bit of everything going on in that matchup, as well as later on tonight, Randy Orton replaces Sami Zayn in that champion versus champion matchup. Scheduled to be Sami Zayn. Zayn lost a one-on-one matchup last week to Big E, and then Randy Orton would cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase to become the undisputed champion. And obviously, this week it was supposed to be Sami and Bronson Reed. If Sami won, Kevin Owens would get his matchup against the Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed. But obviously, that got turned on his head, and from what I've understand, Kevin Owens went to Randy Orton personally and said, hey, you know, we have a little change in plans. Would you mind doing that? Yeah, you just cashed it in on my tag team partner and my good friend, but I understand what you did. You know, it's Money in the Bank briefcase. Sami totally understands as well. So, you know, he asked him, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you replace Sami Zayn on Monday Night Raw so I can get my opportunity? Because, you know, he believes that Randy Orton can beat Bronson Reed, and Randy said, I got you. And he told him that, you know, he was sorry that this is just business, and, you know, obviously it is straight up business. You know, there's times where your friends are going to be champion, and there's times where you're going to, you know, unfortunately ruin that sometimes, or maybe throw a wrench in the plans of certain things when, you know, there's a championship on the line. We're supposed to hear from Sami Zayn tonight, so we'll see how that works out for that man. He's definitely got to be in a probably struggling right now as a hold on pinfall opportunity to not only lose to Big E in a tough match like he did, but then also to put on a fight with Randy Orton and just it not to be enough. And it was a heck of a fight, but it was not Sami Zayn's night, and caught him on a bad night. There's now Dominic going to work on AJ Styles here. Big time opportunity for Dominic Mysterio here, facing off with one of the better superstars in the world today, especially here on Monday Night Raw. Here we go. Look at Dominic Mysterio with a big superplex from the top rope. And Styles going to try. The crowd is booing the hell out of Dominic Mysterio. Styles trying to get the tag to the corner. Not working out in his favor. Mysterio with a springboard crossbody, taking out AJ Styles. The OC watches on. This matchup could be getting very bad very quickly here. Bouncing his head right off that top turnbuckle. I'm going to do it again. Oh my goodness, trying to bust him open once again. And also a very, I would say, intriguing matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up here in a little bit, besides the triple threat matches tonight, you're going to see Shinsuke Nakamura, who laid out not only Big E, but Bron Breakker last week. And I mean, we don't know the motive, but certainly it is a lot of stuff is there to maybe digest, and until we hear from Nakamura on why he did it. I mean, a lot of stuff we could probably come up with, certainly, but from what I'm understanding and from what I'm looking at, honestly, he's looking to take out Big E and Bron Breakker, maybe become a bigger threat. Certainly doesn't want to fall into, you know, in the lower echelon of talent down here, and especially when you get a big group like Big E, Bron Breakker, and Shinsuke Nakamura, you could get maybe lost in the fold of things. And, you know, maybe Nakamura decided, hey, this is the time to show my dominance, that I'm not going to allow Big E and Bron Breakker to just walk all over. I don't know. Until we hear from Nakamura, you could honestly think of all sorts of different things. But tonight, Nakamura does take on Big E one-on-one later on tonight. I'm looking to see how that's going to fare. I mean, that's going to be a hard-hitting matchup. But, you know, are they going to even make it out to the ring? Are they going to be fighting all over this crowd? You know, there's certainly a lot of things to take in here, but now it's time to go for a ride. Magic killer to Finn Balor. Could you imagine if Balor loses after talking all that crap last week? A big time maneuver from Gallows and Anderson didn't work out in their favor. Anderson now going to go high risk. Balor going to look to get up to his feet here. I don't know if he's playing possum here, but now he's up to his feet. Anderson, no, took way too much time. I think Finn Balor, he may have seen it from his peripheral. I don't know if maybe from the angle there possibly, but certainly took enough time to make sure Anderson had to basically wait for him to turn around as Mysterio with a missile drop kick, but it didn't do much to Mysterio there. Or Mysterio didn't do too much to Anderson, and now Anderson gonna look to go to work. What is Carl Anderson going on the other side of the ring? Gonna rush Dominic Mysterio, misses the knee strike, and now Dominic gonna look to make him pay. Gonna go for a big time suplex. Anderson from behind. Oh, big elbow from Dominic now. And maybe if Dominic helps Priest and Balor win this matchup, certainly maybe Mysterio might get up more opportunities. Mysterio did a lot of things that a lot of superstars may have not done to their own family, to betray them, to join up with the Judgment Day like Mysterio did. Certainly it's I wouldn't say it's working out in his favor at the moment, but certainly he's learning from a cast of members that have won major championships, ladies and gentlemen. There's now Styles. Ooh, working on that left elbow, that left arm, trying to take it out of socket. Tell you that ain't gonna be feeling good. Is now AJ gonna look for that big old exploder suplex into the corner. Absolutely vicious. And look at Styles. He said, "Hey, this is way too easy." And now here comes Mr. Damian Priest, the Punisher of the Judgment Day, looking to take out everybody in the OC here. And now Styles, brain buster, dropping him right on his head. Styles, I mean, why not go for the pinfall, man? As he goes with a brutal neck breaker. Why not, man? You got him with a brain buster. A lot of, superstars out there win with those type of moves. Strong 1 count there from AJ Styles to Damian Priest. Priest now from behind, former Intercontinental Champion. Irish whip off the ropes. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait. The pump-up Styles Clash. Is that it? Gonna go for the pinfall. Oh, but look, just like that, Mysterio breaks it up. Now Styles again. Look at the strength and power of AJ Styles. He has not lost it a bit. Dropping Priest on his head. I'm surprised Styles doesn't go for the pinfall at least again. I mean, it may be broken up again, but why not go for the pinfall? Try to put him away. Anderson trying to go for some kind of maneuver, but he's going to get eaten with a springboard forearm strike. Takes down Carl Anderson, and just like that, the Judgment Day are back in this matchup. Now this is where the Judgment Day can be very, very dangerous, ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to this type of stuff. Just wrenching in on that left arm, man. I mean, maybe there's going to be an opportunity to where there's going to be working on that left arm, that left shoulder. I don't know. Uh-oh. What in the heck is going on with these two? Here we go. Oh my goodness. Would you call that like a double sidewalk slam from the top rope? Either way, very effective from the duo of Mysterio and Priest. So look at that. Look at Anderson. He is in trouble. That right knee, that right leg, certainly not going to be feeling too good after tonight's matchup, but it will feel a lot better with a win to kick off Monday Night Raw. As we have that big premium live event known as Fastlane that will be starting up next weekend. Be a big time event there, I can tell you that for sure, as Anderson drops Finn Balor right on his knee. And now Anderson going to town with those big punches right to the face of Finn Balor. Why not beat some respect into Finn Balor? And Balor's like, heck, Mysterio taken out. Balor coming from behind, trying to catch Anderson off guard, but Anderson just like that, just like a glove, fitting perfectly, bringing his A game here. It's a big knee strike right to the temple. And now here comes the other half of the OC in terms of the tag team here. Gallows now trying to get some work in here, but Balor, obviously these four that you see on the screen know each other oh so well, so certainly, expect a lot of back and forth. As now look at Gallows, those big spears into the corner. And look, Balor trying to survive the big boot, and it looks like he does. Yes, he does. This is where Balor needs to capitalize to keep the big man on the mat. Certainly Gallows and Anderson certainly well accomplished here in WWE, multi-time tag team champions on all brands. So certainly we'll have to see if Gallows and Anderson can get on track in the future and become tag team champions. Big haymaker there from Mysterio, trying to take out everybody and anybody. You got Priest and Gallows going at it. You got Mysterio trying to take out Anderson. All sorts of shenanigans going down here on Monday Night Raw. And we still got plenty more to come as Mysterio just choking the living crap out of Luke Gallows here. Oh, big kick to the kidneys. That might be a kidney shot. Could be enough to put away, man. But Gallows doesn't have really too much damage done to him. And again, Mysterio taking out the leader of the OC, trying to send him a message. She's straight up again saying, hey man, you could have joined us. But all's fair in love and war when it comes to that. Just send him a message one way or another. It's Mysterio again. Russian leg sweep takes down the big man. But look at that. Oh, nice neck breaker there from Mysterio. Gallows thought he was going to be able to figure him out, but obviously didn't work out that way. Hot tag. Here comes Carl Anderson. Priest and Anderson, pardon me, both in this matchup now. Gallows starting to get up to his feet. Cutter out of nowhere from Machine Gun Anderson. Is that enough? 2, 3 it is. Mysterio got in the ring but didn't break it up. If Mysterio wants more opportunities, doing stuff like that will not get you more opportunities. But big win for the OC tonight, live here on Monday Night Raw. Getting it done here to kick us off on Raw. There's a lot of things going on in my mind last week, just trying to see how different it could have all turned out. You know, having a big win over Big E would have been nice, but certainly I wasn't expecting Randy. Randy's been a good friend of mine and Kevin Owens for a good while now, and, you know, it's a business. It's what comes with the territory when someone has that Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase, and Randy just happened to have that. I don't blame Randy for doing it, and at the end of the day, it is what it is at this moment. It hits me hard in my heart that losing that championship that I worked my ass off for, that I won in that Elimination Chamber matchup, it came down to me and Cody, and I survived Cody Rhodes, did that, went on to WrestleMania, defended it with all heart and passion against AJ Styles, retained it, and I even retained it over Bobby Lashley over the last couple of months, so that is something to be proud of, I can tell you that. I do feel like I let everyone down, though. Certainly to be the top guy in WWE and to lose like that, it breaks my heart, and it puts me in a loss of words, and I feel like I broke my partnership that I had with Kevin Owens. I told him that, you know, I was going to be a champion versus champion matchup, and I was going to beat Bronson Reed, but I wasn't even focused on my matchup, and ultimately cost myself my own matchup. Thankfully for Randy, he stepped in. He could have cashed in last week, and when Kevin Owens asked him that, he could have told him to buzz off, but Randy, a true professional that he is, he's willing to still help out Kevin Owens with his opportunities, so Randy, I do appreciate that as well. No, you didn't have to, but Randy, we do appreciate that. All eyes on that big, massive main event tonight. Kevin, go kick some ass. That's going to be tough for Sami Zayn to deal with, especially backstage here. You know, he's just in his, you know, dealing with everything and something like that, how hard it was. And, oh no, this ain't going to be good. I don't think Sami sees it. Oh my goodness, right across that steel, ladies and gentlemen, that is not going to feel good. And now Bronson Reed laying waste to it. Oh my goodness. Dropping him on his head back here. And now, oh my goodness, right to the midsection as well. Holy crap. Where's Kevin Owens when you need him? Oh my goodness. His tag team partner, his best friend, is getting beaten down backstage by Bronson Reed, ladies and gentlemen. This is not what you want to see. He is sending a message. He is making sure Sami Zayn cannot help out Randy Orton tonight. Man, holy crap. Can we get some security back here? We've had plenty of people back here, but somehow there's nobody back here. No, not again. Not again, Bronson. No, he dropped him on his head a second time. Bronson Reed making sure that nobody else can help Kevin Owens or even Randy tonight. We will try to get you guys a medical update as soon as possible when it comes to Sami Zayn. That was an uncalled for attack, but that's Bronson Reed for you, ladies and gentlemen, and that is certainly a man on a mission. Certainly it was supposed to be Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed tonight. Obviously with the cash in, it changes things, and now maybe Bronson Reed believes, taking out the trash while you can, and then, Randy is going to be dealing with him tonight, and obviously if you take out Kevin Owens, if that were to happen, then certainly it'd be a straight up one-on-one contest. But right now we are going to set our sights on the first of two triple threat matches for tonight. We're going to see who joins Raquel Rodriguez and Dakota Kai for a fatal four-way matchup next week live at Fastlane to start the first ever Intercontinental Championship for the women's division. Certainly there's all sorts of talent in these matchups, and that's what you love to see. You're seeing people that are established main event talents. You're having people that are trying to scratch and claw their ways, and then there's some that they're not getting those opportunities per se, and you're saying, okay, hey, there's an opportunity. This is what that championship does. It gives more opportunities for the women. As now here comes Becky Lynch making her way down to the ring. Big time matchup for her in this big old triple threat matchup. Last week she did lose to Asuka, so it was a hard fought match. It wasn't one sided at all. Definitely went both ways, but certainly this is going to be a matchup to really look forward to in this triple threat matchup. And maybe if Becky Lynch is lucky, she walks out of this matchup winner, and then Asuka walks out of her triple threat matchup winner as well, so we could see those two go at it once again. Anything is possible, ladies and gentlemen, but certainly a lot of big time names on this roster for Monday Night Raw. Let's see how it's going to fare when it comes to this women's division, especially it being the Intercontinental Championship. A lot of Hall of Famers have held these championships, so we're going to see how it's going to fare at the end of the day here. As we now wait for Io Sky to make her way down to this very ring. Part of the Kabuki Warriors live here on Monday Night Raw. You got Asuka, you got Kairi Sane, Io Sky, and Dakota Kai. You could have Io Sky join that group. You could have two women of the Kabuki Warriors in that very matchup. How cool would that be, seeing that happen? I mean, obviously, it's all women, for almost survival of the fittest, essentially. Every woman for itself in that matchup. Hopefully they would understand that, but certainly for a championship that is being brought into WWE, it is an opportunity to, scratch and crawl a little bit harder than you already do. These men and women grind essentially this whole year, and now there's times in this year that they're gonna have to dig down even deeper to really pick out a massive win to get them a championship opportunity live there at Fastlane. So here we go. Chelsea Green, Becky Lynch, and also Io Sky. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think will be joining Dakota Kai and Raquel Rodriguez? We are about to find out. Here we go. It's a big DDT already from Io Sky, coming right out of the gate. You could say maybe not damage control, pardon me, but the Kabuki Warriors have the number of Becky Lynch, especially if Io Sky picked up a pinfall victory over Becky Lynch in this matchup. Anything's possible. Now Chelsea Green getting hit with a rebound knee strike right to the ribs, and Becky also taking out Io. And now a underhook suplex takes down Io Sky as well. Coming up next, though, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure. As we go back to the men's division, it will be Big E taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. That's bound to be a back-and-forth matchup for sure. We're going to see how that is all going to fare, certainly after everything that's happened last week here live on Monday Night Raw. And oh, look at this, an armbar right across the arm here. Is that going to make Io Sky tap out? Nope, Io's trying to get her arm out of it, and she does. And now Chelsea Green looking to introduce a weapon. Got herself a kendo stick. Referee's starting his count here. Usually in the triple threat matches, there is no count out, but it seems like the referee for this type of matchup wants to make sure that there is, apparently. And now let's see what Chelsea Green wants to do. Flatlining Becky Lynch. Massive win and bound possibly for Chelsea. No. Chelsea Green stays in this matchup a little bit longer. Now Io Sky, running right, ducks it, and Chelsea Green basically bumps right into Becky Lynch. Certainly not what she was expecting to do. Big clubbing blow. Becky Lynch with a back suplex. This is anyone's ball game at this moment, it feels like. Big elbow right to the midsection. And now Chelsea Green, Io Sky gonna go at it. Ooh. Bouncing her head right off that top rope. That is not going to be feeling too good. And now, look at this. Bam! Right kick to the face there. Certainly going to be a game changer there for sure. Now Io Sky being pushed out the way. Back and forth we go. All for an opportunity to go to Fastlane for that Intercontinental Championship. Becky Lynch with the disarmer right here to Chelsea Green. Will this be enough? Will Chelsea have to tap out? No, Io Sky comes in at the right place, right time in this matchup. Hits her with a drop kick, and now she's going to hit her with a big time back suplex, folding her like an accordion, but back up to her feet now. Might as well do it when you can, especially with Chelsea Green momentarily being taken out of commission here. And a belly-to-belly slam of sorts. Oh, Chelsea Green, big boot out of nowhere. I don't know if she wanted to go for a pinfall on that, but almost like a knockout blow. Gonna go for a pinfall on Becky Lynch of all women, but certainly not even able to do anything there. And now, Io Sky, the genius of the Sky. What is she thinking? Chelsea Green in a bad way. Chelsea Green gonna get hit with a Spanish fly from Io Sky. But now you got Becky Lynch from behind here. Looking for the manhandle slam. Down goes Io Sky. She has two women she could pin here. Pinfall 1, 2. No, Io Sky kicks out, and Chelsea Green's back up to her feet. Big boot to Becky Lynch. But look at Lynch right back up to her feet, though. Could have been a big pinfall opportunity, but now Chelsea with those big strikes. Here we go. Chelsea Green has her right where she wants her. This is the moment Chelsea Green needs. Swinging neck breaker takes her down. And now telling Io Sky to get up to her feet here. Oh, big reversal, though. Back and forth we go, ladies and gentlemen. Like we said, this is anyone's ball game. And Chelsea. Canadian Destroyer, turning Becky Lynch to a vegetable there. Down she goes, and now Chelsea Green with the unpretty her to Io Sky. 1, 2. No, Io Sky kicks out. That was the moment Chelsea Green needed. I do not know how this matchup is still going. That was the opportune time that Chelsea Green needed to put her away, and it just was not enough. Now into the corner we go. Big time elbow takes down Chelsea in the corner. Now Io Sky gonna look to hit her with a submission hold here. Referee has us in a predicament in the terms of not seeing what is going on here on your screen here. But Io Sky lets go of that submission hold there. Nice basement drop kick there. Gonna go for the pinfall. Will that be enough to steal a win here? 2, 3. Yes, it is. Io Sky joins one of her members of the Kabuki Warriors, and now Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and Raquel Rodriguez are all going to Fastlane to face off for the introduction of the Intercontinental Championship in the women's division. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Big E and Shinsuke Nakamura to go at it. This is going to be a hard-hitting matchup. Big E is going to look to whoop Shinsuke Nakamura's you-know-what in this matchup. After Nakamura took out not only Big E, but also Bron Breakker last week, sending a message to the other former members of D-Generation X. It looks like Nakamura wants to kind of separate himself from those two and really say, hey, I'm the top guy out of that group. But you know, it's I don't know if pissing off Big E and Bron Breakker is the right thing to do, but certainly we're gonna find out how that works. Big E though had a big time win over, at that time, was the undisputed champion, that being Sami Zayn. And then also, you know, there was the cash-in that we witnessed with Randy Orton beating Sami Zayn. Certainly you could say big thank you to Big E with putting on a clinic with Sami Zayn last Monday night on Raw. And like we said, Big E, former tag team champion, former longest reigning Intercontinental champion, but he's talked about winning that big one, and that is essentially why he left the New Day. That he felt like he wasn't going to be able to reach that, the pinnacle, the top of the mountain. That's why he turned his back on Kofi and Xavier. Then he joined up with with D-Generation X, certainly with the amount of talent that you've seen in this group, and you know, then he became tag team champions with Bron Breakker, and certainly they were doing their thing, but certainly he was about doing the same thing that he would have been doing with the New Day. And obviously we all know how it disbanded with the help of Drew McIntyre beating them in a gauntlet matchup at the pay-per-view, and then certainly Triple H took it from there, and now we're going to see Drew McIntyre taking on Triple H live there at Fastlane next weekend. Certainly going to be a heck of a matchup. We'll see if Drew can put down the King of Kings, the cerebral assassin, and have Drew McIntyre's stock continue to rise. Now we're going to witness these two go to war tonight. Former members of D-Generation X. Now, obviously Nakamura going to his certain place. He wants to be the, you know, essentially the top guy in the group. He is a former Universal Champion, ladies and gentlemen, former United States Champion. Nakamura would love to get back in that championship picture, and no better time to do it right here tonight by showing that he can beat a former Intercontinental Champion, former Tag Team Champion in his own right. So here we go. Big E takes on Shinsuke Nakamura live here on Raw. John Cone rings the bell. Here we go. Big E coming right out of the gate with those strong strikes, and going to send a message to Nakamura early on with these power maneuvers. Big knees right there to the hip area. As now Nakamura, big reversals early on as well. Certainly a lot of people believe Nakamura probably a big more, I would say, main event talent compared to Big E. Big E hasn't necessarily gotten those main event type of matches per se, in the terms of those big time championship matches of being the top guy at WWE Championship, World Heavyweight Championship, Undisputed Championship, whatever that may be. He has not been able to get there just yet, as a big elbow right across the neck area of Big E. But certainly I think Big E, he's right around the corner, if not already there. He just needs that opportunity. He very well could be the next undisputed champion. You just never know. As now, oh my goodness, referee needs to check on the head and neck area of Big E. Big E has had neck issues in the past. Gotta be very careful. Nakamura looking to systematically take out Big E here, looking to submit him. Big E, this could be an early night for Big E. Nakamura trying to make him submit. Big E in trouble. Big elbow strikes right across the jaw. He gets Big E in the matchup momentarily. But now, oh, Nakamura with a running STO takes down Big E. Referee is right there. 2.5. Keeps Big E in this matchup. Nakamura He is in control. Can he keep this up? Big E has to figure out Nakamura. You would think he would have been because they were part of that D-Generation X group, but Nakamura, maybe he's, kind of changing up what is going to be expected. As Nakamura, oh my goodness, what a kick to the ribs, man. Don't call him the king of strong style for nothing. Those could have bruised ribs, cracked ribs, even broken ribs with a strike like that. Now Nakamura, high risk, high reward, big time knee across the chest of Big E. Man, this matchup has been all Nakamura. Big E's got to hurry up and get some kind of offensive maneuvers in. Besides the knee to the hip early on in this matchup, Big E hasn't really gotten much of anything. And now big clubbing blows from Big E, looking to send a message to Shinsuke. This is the type of matchup that Big E wants to have. At least get some more offense in, though. But he's calmed the attack that Nakamura had on him early on as he hits him with a spear in the corner. Gonna pick him up again. Gonna bring him back to the other corner. Oof. That is not gonna be feeling good, certainly for Nakamura. Uh-oh, Big E. Do you think a big ending? Maybe? No? Gonna drop him right on that top rope. Absolutely brutal. And now Big E with those big clubbing blows again. Back and forth we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the type of match that Nakamura at this time does not want to have with him. It's a big drop kick there. Takes down Big E. And we're going to see how both men are going to fare, especially if they're able to, you could say, weather the storm in the terms of taking their biggest maneuvers, big time axe handle, taking down Big E. And Nakamura, he is fired up, as he should be. He's leading this matchup. Big elbow strike to the midsection, trying to stun Big E as possible here. Oh, big knee strike again, into a big kick to the back. Absolutely brutal. This is your vintage Shinsuke Nakamura, ladies and gentlemen. Nakamura has him up, gonna drop him down for shades of a Michinoku driver. Nakamura not playing around here, looking to put away Big E. Kick to the midsection, here we go. Kinshasa, no! Big E saw it coming. You would think that Nakamura would want to keep that maneuver and kind of save it for the inside the ring, but more damage to you, I suppose, if you do it outside here. And Big E now gonna toss him back inside the ring. Here we go. Can Big E put away Nakamura? No, he cannot, because he's gonna get hit with a Kinshasa out of nowhere. Referee's right there. 2, 3. Nakamura, just like that, shows you how dangerous he is, ladies and gentlemen. Big E tosses him back inside the ring, and bam, 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 that Kinshasa right to the temple. And just like that, Nakamura does what he set out to do, and that does take out Big E. Nakamura is still celebrating, not realizing what is in behind him right now, ladies and gentlemen. Breakker! Bron Breakker with a spear, laying out Shinsuke Nakamura. And now Breakker telling Shinsuke to get up to his feet, and another spear, decapitating brutality. And now, wait, is Bron asking for another one? He's telling him to get up. Nakamura's still out, but certainly Breakker looking to take out Mr. Nakamura with another one, decapitating Nakamura. Breakker once more, he wants himself a fight. Breakker has taken out Nakamura, and you know what they say about karma. Karma is a bitch. And just like that, not only Big E taken out by Nakamura, Bron Breakker takes down Shinsuke tonight. You three just won't stop. You guys have been at each other's throats ever since you guys have been disbanded, and that has been all because of Drew McIntyre. You're just going to allow this to happen? Well, I mean, if you guys want to fight, I'll give you all three a fight. So, at Fastlane, it will be Bron Breakker versus Big E versus Shinsuke Nakamura in a triple threat match. And guess what? I'll even add a stipulation to make this matchup even more intriguing. The winner of this very matchup will be next in line for the Undisputed Championship. Whoever walks out with that Undisputed Championship, if it's Randy, if it's Sami, or even Bobby Lashley, good luck to the winner, because you guys are going to need it. I want you guys to beat the living snot out of each other and get it all out of your system. And while I'm out here, I'm going to address Drew McIntyre. You can talk all you want, but you have not accomplished what I accomplished in my career. Yes, you have done a lot ever since joining back to WWE, but you will never, ever be a Triple H being a top guy here in WWE. Yes, you've won championships and whatever, but that is not the same impact I've done in my illustrious career. Well, certainly, Triple H, not realizing that Drew McIntyre is here. Big Claymore taking out Triple H here. Not expecting that whatsoever, laying waste to the Cerebral Assassin. And now, Future Shock DDT takes down the chairman of the board. And now, looking to put the cherry on top of the sundae. Big time Future Shock DDT into another Claymore. Triple H is taken out by Drew McIntyre. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your next triple threat matchup of the evening, your last triple threat matchup. We've already figured out the first three women that will be in that United States Championship, with that being Raquel Rodriguez, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. And this very woman coming down the ring could very well finish that spot. Michin Mia Yim, big time opportunity for this young lady. She was impressive in NXT in her days, and certainly trying to have that opportunity live here on Raw to have her breakout moment. Chelsea Green in that last matchup was so close to beating Io Sky and Becky Lynch. She was just not her time. I thought maybe for a second Chelsea Green was going to have her moment, but unlucky for her. But now we get Asuka, Michin, and Ronda Rousey. Who's going to be the first ever Intercontinental Champion? We're going to figure out the field, and then we'll be able to maybe toss some bets out there. Maybe figure out who may have the upper hand possibly in that matchup, as there is one half of the women's tag team champions here on Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown, Ronda Rousey. And they've defeated all the tag teams for the most part, except, if I remember correctly, maybe a team here or two, but for the most part, Raw, NXT, and SmackDown has been dominated by this lady and Shayna Baszler. They have been on a tear, and certainly Ronda Rousey would love to maybe become a double champion. Not only women's tag team champion, but the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion. She's called the baddest woman on the planet, and if you're holding two championships, you have every right to have that nickname. As now here comes Asuka, former Raw Women's Champion, former SmackDown Women's Champion, former Women's Champion, former Miss Money in the Bank. She cashed in, became champion for a little bit before ultimately Bianca Belair winning it back. It's all about right place, right time when it comes to cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase. Bianca Belair able to win it at that time, and then Rhea would ultimately beat her for the Women's World Championship, and currently Rhea Ripley is your Women's World Champion. But next week, live at Fastlane, it's going to be Bianca and Rhea Ripley Women's World Championship on the line. And next week here, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley will be live here for Monday Night's Raw's go-home edition of Monday Night Raw. How combustible are we going to be live here just days away from Fastlane. And being told also next week we will figure out who is next in line for those World Tag Team Championships that are being held by Ricochet and Braun Strowman. But here we go, triple threat matchup, Mia Yim, Ronda Rousey, and also Asuka. Referee has rung the bell. Here we go. Asuka and Mia Yim gonna go at it here early on. And you have established superstars in this matchup like Ronda Rousey and Asuka, but then you have a woman like Mia Yim that has, been here for years in WWE and just have not been able to necessarily have her moment. And very well could be her moment. She wins tonight and then gets an opportunity for that Intercontinental Championship. And starting on SmackDown this week, you guys are going to see the start of the United States Championship Tournament for the women's division. As Ronda Rousey just easily tossed over the top rope. Asuka now going to look to go to town, trying to weaken up those legs and arms right there. Certainly going to do everything in your advantage. As, big knee strike right to the ribs. Mia Yim may not know where she is at. It's a big punch to the face. Asuka, down goes Asuka. Now here comes Mia Yim trying to take down Rousey. I don't know if getting in a striking battle is the right play here, but certainly, you gotta try to do some kind of game plan. We've seen Ronda and Asuka go at it before. Certainly a back and forth matchup in the terms of what they bring to the game, especially when it comes to the brutality, when it comes to the submission art of this game. It's a big forearm strike, turning Asuka inside out. Gonna go for a guillotine, maybe? Nope. Almost a headlock of sorts, trying to make Asuka tap out. Will Asuka tap? She's trying to fight out of it, and she does. Able to slip out of it momentarily. And Mia Yim now. Oh, look at that! 2-for-1 special. She takes down Asuka. Is Michin going to Fastlane? 1. Ooh, strong kick up from Ronda. It's a big opportunity there for Michin to get this opportunity. Asuka now. Ooh, that could have been gotten ugly very, very quickly. It's a big boot there. Oh, Michin going to go with the pinfall. Referee was there, but obviously Ronda Rousey right there to pick up the scraps. Ronda Rousey down goes Michin. Over powerful maneuvers. Asuka now going to go with a big time suplex. Asuka, does she not see Michin? I was going to say go for the pinfall, but as soon as I said that, Michin was getting up to her feet, and now she's going to pay as Asuka swinging for the fences with a steel chair, trying to take down Michin, make sure she cannot get up to her feet. Big haymaker from Asuka. Two of the top women on our game going at it here. Big knee strike, into a big kick to the side of the skull. Ronda Rousey, Asuka, this is the moment you want to see. Like we said, Asuka, Rousey, and now Michin looking to swing it for the fences with a sledgehammer. Oh, right to the gut. Down she goes. That could be a knockout blow, but if you're Michin, Asuka went down. Ronda Rousey didn't know where she was at the moment. You would think you would have wanted to take her out next. Maybe eat defeat with that big boot, but maybe not in that scenario, I suppose. As now off the ropes we go, back and forth. Showing that it's agility here. Asuka with that nice exploder suplex. But Ronda Rousey gets that situation all kicked out of. And now here we go. Oh, goodness. As Michin getting hit with a clothesline from behind. Michin a part of the OC with Gallows, Anderson, and even AJ Styles. Let's see how that's going to fare once again. Rousey with the armbar. Armbar applied. Michin may have to tap out here. Middle of the ring. Nowhere to go. Will Asuka break it up? No, she won't, but Rousey lets go. Spinning heel kick. Here comes the ever dangerous Asuka. Rousey right back up to her feet, though. Going to try to make her pay. Big punch to the face. Michin's all knocked out still. Ronda Rousey looking to steal one, but Asuka's not going to allow that. This feels like a main event type matchup. There's an arm drag right on the the wood part of that sledgehammer. And look at the strength, the power of Asuka, or I should say Ronda Rousey to Asuka. And Michin coming in the ring here, looking to stop this offensive onslaught from both women. Asuka now from behind, or I should say the side, takes out Michin. Hoping that chair shot was enough. Pinfall opportunity. 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Rousey still stunned at ringside, and now you're going to have 3 Kabuki Warriors in that matchup now. You're going to have Asuka, Io Sky, Dakota Kai, and now Raquel Rodriguez. What a opportunity for... And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of the evening. It is your Intercontinental Champion Bronson Reed in action as he takes on the Viper Randy Orton in this big-time main event. Like we mentioned all night, this was supposed to be Sami Zayn and Bronson Reed, but with the cash-in of Randy Orton last week, it changed up the ball game, and now it is going to be Bronson Reed versus Randy Orton. But the same stipulation to this matchup still is in place. If Randy Orton wins against Bronson Reed, Kevin Owens will get his Intercontinental Championship matchup. But if Reed wins, Kevin Owens will not get his Intercontinental Championship match. We'll see how Randy fares in this matchup. But this will be the first time we've seen Randy with that undisputed championship here. It's been a good while since we've seen Randy become the top guy in all of WWE, and there he is, the Viper, the new undisputed champion. This is a big time moment for Randy to win that matchup last week. We knew eventually he would cash in. I don't think anybody was expecting it last night, or not last night, pardon me, but last Monday night on Raw. It was a hard-hitting match that Sami Zayn had with Big E, and Randy Orton thought it was the right place, the right time. And for them to, I mean, there's probably still some resentment from Sami Zayn. And obviously there is still that triple threat matchup that we're going to be seeing live there at Fastlane with Randy Orton taking on Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley in that triple threat match. Question is, who walks out of that match with the Undisputed Championship? Is Randy Orton going to just hold that championship for just basically a couple weeks? And then, is Sami going to win? Is Bobby Lashley going to win that championship? Anything's possible, but there he is, your undisputed champion. A lot of pressure on this man, Randy Orton, to not only defeat Bronson Reed, a part of this champion versus champion matchup, but also, if he wins, Kevin Owens gets his match against Bronson Reed. Referee has rung the bell. Here we go. Reed and Orton going at it live here on Raw. It's the type of matchup you want to see on Monday Night Raw. Two guys that don't ever really go up against each other. This is a big opportunity for Bronson Reed to really showcase what he brings to the table. You know, a lot of people believe that in 2024 going into 2025, Bronson Reed very well could be a top guy in the main event picture, facing off with the likes of Randy Orton and those top-tiered talents. For Bronson Reed, he's defeated a lot of top-tiered talent superstars. He has won quite a bit of championships over the last year, 2023 into 2024. Intercontinental champion now. We'll see for Reed if he can, make that next step and also get that, undisputed championship or whatever that brand he is on's prospective championship. Is Randy Orton getting out of that submission hold here? Bronson Reed just trying to slow down Randy Orton at all costs, and do you blame him? You gotta take down the snake that is Randy Orton. Big chop there, and now here comes Bronson Reed working on that left leg there. You got to slow him down. You got to work on those big tree trunks of Randy Orton there. And now Orton has him right where he wants him and takes down Reed in the corner. But for next week's Go Home show, we got a lot of stuff going on. We'll announce more stuff that will be pertaining that Go Home show. Just make sure you guys stay tuned to all of our social medias, and you'll see what the Go Home show looks like. But we will see Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley on the show, plenty of other big name talent on the Go Home show. So like we said, keep an eye out on all your social medias as Bronson Reed busted open. Look at that big cut to the forehead, ladies and gentlemen. It just exploded. Absolutely crazy. And Bronson Reed trying to get up to his feet. Is it a good idea? Gonna go for an RKO. Bronson Reed countered it with a big power slam. Oh my goodness. We're told that Sami Zayn will be okay after that attack earlier on tonight from Bronson Reed. But certainly that attack didn't look too well, especially getting Zayn dropped on his head. They did take him to the trainer in the back room, and kind of had him make sure that he had someone with him to drive him home, just to be precautionary, just make sure that, you know, if they didn't find any concussions, but it doesn't mean that something won't develop. But Sami Zayn was taken back to his hotel room, back home as well, just to make sure everything is all right with him. Big haymakers from Randy, and now a belly to belly there to Bronson Reed. Pinfall opportunity. 2. Oh, Bronson Reed with a strong kick out, and Randy cannot believe it. He thought he had him. Orton now going to go high risk. This is what won him the Undisputed Championship last week. It was either that or a frog splash. No matter what, this could be it. And it is. Randy Orton is officially given Kevin Owens his opportunity live there at Fastlane. It will be Bronson Reed defending his Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens live there at Fastlane. Big show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys on NXT for what can only be a hard-hitting event.